Wonderful. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's send these. Click. Share to my laptop. There we go. Could trim that one down. That's not too bad. Get rid of this one. Okay. Don't like this one. Okay, get rid of that one too. I like the coloring on this one. Yeah, I think I like this one the best. Edit up this one. Let's do that. That. Maybe about there. Adjustments, filters. Mm. Let's look at the auto enhance. No, I don't like that. Yeah, let's do about there. Hello, how's it going? Mm. 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 I see you, P. Hi, how are you? I am quite tired today. Full moon eclipse definitely taken some energy out of me, but we're here and going about life. Working on a thumbnail right now and just seeing who wants to pop in. Would you like a reading? I am doing what you need to know readings today. I have an oracle deck or a tarot deck I can use. I can show you them if you're interested in a reading. Okay, so we have, for what you need to know, we have either the Alchemy deck from Kim Crayons or the Tarot of the Divine today that we're using. So up to you which one you would like for me to use for a what you need to know reading. I'll pull one card from whichever deck you choose and we'll go from there, okay? Okay. Tarot of the Divine it is. Okay. Okay. Tarot of the Divine for P in my chat right now. What do they need to know? For P in the chat, what do they need to know right now? No, I don't play piano. I have the keyboard. It's been a long time, so I like to play it more for practicing like singing versus playing piano. Oh, okay. We have the Devil card. So, let's see. I do like reading the descriptions out for this deck because they tie in, they have their own mythology that they're tied to, hence them being called Tarot of the Divine. So the Devil card, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that correctly, but this is the character mythos that we're looking at. Nice. Yeah, I did a choir back in high school and everything. So when I'm trying to like get a note down or whatever, I have like my sight reading book right there. My grandpa played guitar, so I have like the music theory behind me, but I don't like play piano. But our Brazilian mythos here, it says the devil goes into the ego, lusting for unnecessary or harmful things and willing to leave negative situations. It is a dragon sitting upon a pile of gold that does not need a person setting, or it's a person setting a forest on fire for their own gain. So I like our little fire snake here. And what I'm picking up for this card specifically and for your reading there, I don't know if there is somebody in your life that's representing this devil energy, or the description talking about setting the forest on fire by themselves. That's kind of more the feeling we're leaning into, that I'm picking up intuitively here, where there's, and let me know if this resonates, of course, and everything, but there's something that you maybe know right now that isn't healthy for you that's going on, some type of situation or person, or there's something here going on that you know isn't the best for you anymore. It's not a healthy situation maybe anymore. That is not the best for you. It's either, it feels like it's like draining you, right? I'm getting energy now as I'm talking and like getting intuition back, but that feeling of like drainage is still happening here, right? Where there's like everything with this fire is getting, it's eating up everything in its path. It's eating up everything that's present and around us, and it's going to leave nothing there left for you. So it feels like, how do I want to say this? There's thought, I don't know, again, if it's a person or if it's a situation, maybe a job or something specifically that you just know is not the right thing anymore. And in the very loosest, broadest terms, it's whatever it is not the right thing for you. It's not it's draining you. It feels like it's like burning you up inside, right? I'm thinking of like a candle burning from both ends here, and eventually there's going to be nothing left, right? So it's a call to action to like really take care of yourself, to look at the situation and like really come to terms with, okay, this is not going to work anymore. I think a lot of people are going through that right now with us coming into, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, coming into fall season, and this like dying back, this pulling back, a lot of like Halloween, like underworld type energy, especially with the eclipse right now as well, right? There's a lot of like, okay, we just need to cut this off. We need to be done. And I think this does tie very heavily into the eclipse. So hopefully that resonates. Hopefully that makes sense. So it is a situation to like, if the fire kind of is already burning, to just kind of ride it out a little bit, put out the fire where you can, but some parts it might be better to just let it burn away and call it good at that point. So just kind of feel it out and see where that makes sense for you. But there is something here to let go of, and using this eclipse energy is probably very beneficial for you, P. So hopefully that resonates. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know. You're welcome, P. Glad that makes sense. Wifey Does Tarot. We are using 2 different decks. We're just doing, if you want a specific question answered, the donations are down below for that. Otherwise, we're doing just what you need to know questions. And we are using either the Alchemy deck from Kim Crayons or the Tarot of the Divine. So whichever one is you are drawn to for that. Same there for you as well, Kelsey. Hello, hello. Yeah, no specific questions or anything. It's just what you need to know unless you want something very specifically answered. And then the links to donate for that are down below, okay? So, like Tarot of the Divine as well? Okay. Yep, glad it made sense, P. Let's get one going now for Wifey Does Tarot. And in case you didn't hear, hi, Kelsey. I'm doing well, tired overall, but now that we're doing some channeling and getting some energy going, I'm getting some energy back. So, whoop, that, I did not ask anything yet, so we're not going to take that, but okay. Okay, Tarot of the Divine for Wifey Does Tarot. What do they need to know right now? Okay, you got 2 that came out. Do these feel right? I don't know. It was, hold on. I don't feel like I cleared enough. We're going to try that again. So that was the Tower and the 2 of Cups, in case that resonates for you, since you seem like you might be doing tarot as well. But let's focus back in here. Okay. Tarot of the Divine for Wifey Does Tarot in my chat. What do they need to know right now? Okay, there we go. Okay, no, we still had it come out. It still came out. Okay. So I don't know if you were present for P's reading earlier on here, Wifey Does Tarot, but there is definitely some energy here with eclipse energy of what people need to let go of, what we need to let run its course, what we need to take into consideration. So let me give you a closer up look at this card here. This is the Tower card. And then this one, I will look at the guidebook here specifically because they are tying in with specific mythology in this deck. So this one, of course, I think this one's Hansel and Gretel. Oh, Rapunzel. This one is Rapunzel. What's this side? I should turn my autofocus back on. But the story of Rapunzel, a German fairy tale. And then, of course, our feelings of security and safety and what needs to change, what is falling down. Oh, you love the tower. That's nice. Yep, all about those changes for sure. Definitely, especially with eclipse energy right now, right? We're coming into this big, strong energy of just like a course correct of what needs to happen. Like, okay, what do we need to move? What do we need to progress? What do we need to let change and fall down maybe? With our tarot, the Tower card here for you, Wifey Does Tarot, there is something here that you're realizing was not on the strongest foundation, it feels like. That was not what you thought it was going to be. It's not what you thought it was. And whether or not you choose to dismantle it yourself or you let the universe just take care of it, either way, this tower is coming down. So it's kind of up to you, it feels like, for how you decide to restart from this point. Sometimes it is just cathartic, I think, to let the tower moment take place, that like big kind of just like destructive full energy, because then you can get all those emotions out at the same time, right? You can just go full force into it, be like, okay, let's get rid of this, let's clean it all out, just let the universe use that energy. And destruction's not always a bad thing, right? This is how a forest fire going through, like with P's reading earlier, is also a chance for new growth to come in. It's only through those tumultuous situations that new opportunities, new seeds can sprout, because that fire heats up those, like pine cones, for example, right? And then those seeds can release, and therefore new seeds and new plants can grow and change from that point. So it feels like to me that you kind of know what's going on already. You know what situation isn't stable in this case. So it's kind of up to you for which way you decide you're going to take down this tower yourself and rebuild from that point. Whether or not you take it down yourself and brick by brick and put in that time and effort, but it's less destructive, it's less forceful, it's maybe less painful that way, or you just let the nature, the universe helping you take that course, take that momentum in and just kind of clear it very, very rapidly for you. And while that is maybe a more painful way to go about the situation, it will allow for change to happen much more rapidly as well. So feels like there's a crossroads here. So whichever way you decide to go, it doesn't feel like it's wrong in either case. It just feels like this is what's happening. We're just in this tower moment as it comes. So however we decide to ride it out is the choice that you're making at this point. Okay. So hopefully that resonates. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what I got for you. Okay. I definitely got some energy back now. I was very, very tired. And then the eclipse energy for sure now, doing some channeling. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of reinvigorated again. Sure thing, Kelsey. So we've got the Alchemy deck from Kim Kranz for one set of cards you can look at, get a reading from, or the Tarot of the Divine that we've been reading from for the past two readings. Up to you, and we're just asking what you need to know right now, okay? Alchemy deck, good choice. Good choice. I love all of Kim Kranz's work so far, all of the decks Kim Kranz has come out with. Alchemy is a very interesting deck. Alchemy more specifically asks what we need to change or what is transforming and changing. So just keep that in mind. It's the process of alchemy as things are progressing and changing through life. So for Kelsey here in my chat, alchemy. Okay. For Kelsey in my chat here, what does Kelsey need to know right now? What does Kelsey need to know right now? What does Kelsey need to know right now? Let's see. What does Kelsey need to know right now? There we go. Okay. We have separation. So we have some mirroring energy here already. So we have what looks like, if you like split this card down the middle here, it looks like the same on either side. So this is not one I've gotten before. So I'm going to read from the book on this one for sure. Because this is one card I've not gotten. I've used this deck a lot and still have not gotten every card from it yet. So separation, LXX. It's further back. Interesting. Okay. One of the last cards in the deck. Interesting. Okay. So if you wanted to see it yourself, this is what we got. But it says our keywords are differentiation, divide, to cut away. Separation is the great alchemy operation of the sword. It occurs when substances are pulled apart for their higher good, either willingly or unwillingly. The fissure may take place suddenly with a swift blow of the axe or slowly over time with a dull blade. No matter how separation occurs, it will likely be a painful process for all involved. Images of swords and knives, battles, rebellion, breakups, divorces, and atom splitting are expressions of separation. The good news is that separation prepares the individual for a more conscious union down the line, releases stagnant energy, and allows the parts to see themselves as individuals. The stage is a prerequisite for conjunction, which is union or love. And through the pain of separation, we come to accept and love ourselves as we truly are. And in turn, we love the world. So it says to go deeper. It says to listen to I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor and to ponder, is there anything that does not separate? Okay. So I agree. Beautiful artwork, right? Kim Kranz's work is always very, very pretty. What I feel for this card too for you here, Kelsey, the thought or act of separation. Again, we're coming back with just kind of collective reading for everybody is the eclipse going on, right? The big transitionary period, this big reset that's happening. We're also separating in terms of the seasons right now. So we're about to hit the equinox for the northern hemisphere going from summer into fall, and then southern hemisphere going from spring into summer. No, winter into spring. Yes. So asking yourself here what you need to split away from, what you need to take a step back from almost, right? Separation can look very different depending. So the way it makes it sound in the book is very like cut and dry, almost very strict in that split. But I like the idea of the mirroring here as well, the idea of being able to see yourself in a new way. So it's like cutting things down the middle here and being able to open it up and see both sides, I think is very important, right? We have our two opposing sides, right? Everybody has a light and a dark side, this positive and negative, this masculine and feminine, whatever these different kinds of dualities are. And this act of separation allows for better appreciation of things as well. So it's only because we experience daylight that we can appreciate night, vice versa. It's only because we experience cold that we can appreciate heat, all these things and how this balances out. It feels very Libra kind of scales to me as well. So what in your life you need to kind of separate out and see both sides of, I think is where the intuition is kind of drawing me here. And the what I want to emphasize is only by separating these things out can we actually get that contrast and a better understanding of the situation that's happening, right? So it's a call for separation in terms of adding to your understanding of the situation of what's happening and getting an outside perspective, right? So if you pull back from the situation, you get an outside perspective and you can see things a lot more clearly, right? So that's what it feels like to me, where it's like I need to take a step back. I need to see things, and then all of a sudden this mirror that I'm looking at here becomes like a looking glass, and I can see things from like a 3D, more like third person perspective. And then I understand a lot more about the situation that's happening. So take that. It sounds like it's resonating. It's making sense. So I'm glad to hear that. But for everybody, it just feels like this, like, hey, I need to pay attention to what needs to change now, right? And that's been the case for everybody in terms of the reading that I read earlier for the devil and the tower card, and now for separation. So what just we need to take a deeper look and pay attention to with this eclipse energy, okay? So I'm glad that makes sense for you, Kelsey. Very happy to hear that. And you got it. Don't worry about it. Getting that outside perspective will make a lot of difference, okay? Thank you, Alchemy. Okie dokie. Hello. Hello, hello. Kashish. I feel like I'm going to be very tired. I was tired before I started reading, and I'm getting some energy from channeling. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Definitely getting some energy from channeling, but I think I'll like be even more tired after I'm done. So if you want, we are doing what you need to know readings for free. If you have a specific question you would like to ask, then those are down, the donation links for that are down below. And once I receive that donation, I can answer whatever specific question you may have. Otherwise, we are doing readings with the Tarot of the Divine or with the Alchemy deck. Where's this case? There it is. The Alchemy deck from Kim Krantz. So those are your options if you'd like a free reading for what you need to know right now. Otherwise, I am just working on the thumbnail for my next video. We're working on a autumn harvest video as the seasons change. I live in the northern hemisphere here, so we're coming into the change of scenery, change of the seasons, coming into fall for the northern hemisphere. I think it's spring for the southern, but I like for autumn and asking what we're harvesting, what has come to fruition here. So I'm working on that thumbnail right now, and hopefully I get to record everything tomorrow. We'll see. I haven't done this reading in a while, and I can't remember how long the reading's supposed to be. I think they're 20 minutes a piece, and then it's going to be 5 groups. It's going to be a lot. I do not accept super chats at the moment because, well, I don't know. I don't know if I have a capability. I'm still a very small channel, Miss K, so I do not know if that is something possible on my channel. I guess feel free to try. If it works, but let's see. I don't think I have anything to pop out. Yeah, I don't see anything on my side yet. I don't think I have the capability to do super chats yet. But on Ko-Fi, there are lots of different payment options, I believe, and then I do Cash App as well. So if you're looking for a specific reading. be nice in the future if I can do super chats. That'd be nice. And then I can do more specific content on this channel. Okay, here. So I think I like this coloring. I might need to do, for this new pick a group reading I'm doing for the autumn harvest. I've got the 5 different groups and we've got 5 different crystals that I'm picking from. So I'm trying to like make sure the crystals are very like popping out really well. All about that editing, right? I think that'll work. Let's try that. Save copy. Okay, I think I like that. Let's pull. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be more tired, I think, after channeling today. Get a good long nap in, I think. Well, not nap, I'll just go to bed. I'll probably need a nap tomorrow, though. This eclipse energy is no joke, man. Padmaja, I don't know what you mean. You guys are getting to see the behind the scenes for a small YouTube channel. Building out her stuff. Canva is a friend as a YouTube channel person. Making thumbnails, I do all the time on Canva. Let's see, but we need, okay. I think we'll delete the other, we'll go with this one. Okay. What? Padmaja, I'm not answering any specific questions unless there is a donation in the links down below. Otherwise, you can ask a what you need to know question, and I can show you which deck you can pick from for that. Okay. For anybody that's interested in crystals, I've got a couple that I'm using for this next reading here. I've got this really beautiful moonstone, black moonstone here. Love this piece a lot. This one's very, very heavy. So I got this one. That'll be my group number 1 eventually. And then I've got a bloodstone. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting. Very, very deep green. It kind of looks black right now. We've got a Shiva, a really big Shiva stone. This baby. for anybody who's interested in crystals anyway. And then I've got my merlinite. I love this piece, my merlinite. One of the best stones for magic. And then a septarium. These are going to be the 5 stones I use for my autumn harvest reading that I'm building out right now. Need to rewatch the video I made before for last autumn. Create a design. We are creating a new thumbnail. Cool. By myself again. Move that to trash. Move that to trash. So many things. Okay, that. Get rid of all of these in my Canva, all these uploads. Quick interruption. Oh well, it's all good. Let's get this cleaned up. Yes, move those to trash can, please. All this work on Canva. New thumbnail. Let's see. Have to upload that. Hello to whoever might be here. I know one of the people here is me, so there's somebody else here. Gosh, that unclicked. Dang it. Keep getting slightly off. To whoever may be here besides myself, we are doing some free readings today. We are doing what you need to know readings right now. If you have a specific question you'd like answered, then there are links in the Dropbox for you to go to the donations places. And then I can answer a specific question for you if you would like. But otherwise, we're just doing what you need to know right now readings. And so far, they've been pretty accurate for everybody. So pretty happy about that. Need to figure out a regular time to go live, I think. Right now, I'm working on a thumbnail for my next video. We're doing the autumn harvest video. I'm in the northern hemisphere, so we are asking what we are harvesting now come autumn, this new season. Okay, we can get rid of these. Cool, just me again. Photo book. Oh, that's cute. Are you sure photo book? Love that. That's 4. It's nice this time my chat is working. It wasn't working last time. It is very nice. What do I need to know right now? Tarot of the Divine, what do I need to know right now? Thank you. The moon in reverse. Oops. The moon, the moon, the moon. Hi, Sky Blessings. How goes it? The moon. I was just asking the tarot what I needed to know because I've been asking for others. So I was curious what I needed to know. Joy, enlightenment, resolution, deception revealed, relief. I like that. That is good. Good news. I'm not doing specific questions, Sky Blessings, so we can do a what you need to know right now. If you do have a very specific question and you're just dying to get answered, then the links for that donation are down below, either Cash App or Ko-Fi. But so far, my what you need to know readings have been pretty accurate so far. So it could apply to just what you need anyway. We are either asking the Tarot of the Divine, and then we have Alchemy. So you can pick either of those 2 decks to ask what you need to know right now, okay? Tarot of the Divine it is. Okay. Okay. Tarot of the Divine for Sky Blessings. What do they need to know right now? For Sky Blessings in my chat, what do they need to know right now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. As it falls to the ground, we have the Page of Swords here. So, Page of Swords energy. Let me read out of the guidebook for this one. For Tarot of the Divine, they are different mythologies from all different kinds of places around the world. So it might be a specific story that ties in as well to your situation. So let's see. This is specifically for Page of Swords here. So we have Princess Parisade. That's an Arabic folk tale. It says the Page of Swords represents youthful intelligence. Princess Parisade uses her wit to succeed where others have failed, her optimism intact through it all. She is a harbinger of new beginnings and new ideas for herself and those around her. So what it feels like for me, for you Sky Blessings, there is new energy coming in. It feels something like a new project at work, or a new idea you had to do something, right? So some new hobby or some new interest, or maybe it is something you've already been doing, but there's some new like life or energy that's revitalized in this case. It's like you came up with an like just for me, for example, for like this tarot channel, right? It's like I came up with an idea for a new reading or like a new series or something, right? So there is something here that is new and exciting that is being brought in. It's still an idea in its infancy. It's very early on still, but it's something you're very excited about. That feels like it's bringing up like a lot of like joyful, excited energy, right? And it's definitely heavy to do with the mind. We're talking about the Page of Swords here, and the swords dealing with our mind, our mental state, our thought processes, our how we communicate. So whatever this new idea is, it feels like this like baby flame almost, right? So it's like I feel like I have to like cover it and like keep it from going out here, right? Because it's still very delicate right now. Hopefully this is resonating. Hopefully this makes sense. It's just going off based off my feeling here. So the idea that's present or that's here, I'm like, I still like just want to like hold it here, right? Again, like you can see my hands. I just keep doing this. The idea that's present here is something that needs to be protected for now. It will be a time and place to offer this idea, this new knowledge, this new perspective. Good. I'm glad it's resonating. um, this new idea that's coming about that you've come up with, there'll be a time and a place for for you to make it shine and grow, right? But until that point, until this flame is big enough and you know it's not going to go out on its own, you have to kind of keep it protected, right? You have to keep feeding it. You have to keep giving it, if we're going with the fire analogy here, this looked like little flame, you have to keep feeding it fuel, you have to keep giving it oxygen, you have to keep it protected from the wind so it doesn't go out and everything, and you keep letting it that like small little like flame that we're doing into like a big campfire and growing, right? Until we eventually feed it enough and it's stable enough and we build up our like security around it, like of like the brick around it and everything, so we know that we can leave it unattended for a little bit and it's taken a life of its own on at that point. So I feel like I do want to like keep it safe, right? So it's like I don't want to tell anybody about it. I don't want to like I don't even like want to like tell like close people about it, right? It's like that's how fresh and new this idea is. And it's not something you're hiding, but it's something that you just need to kind of like keep close to your chest right now in order for it to become the idea you want it to be, in order for it to grow and progress and be what you want it to become, right? So there's a time and a place for you, and you will be able to share it at some point. It's just not like in this immediate time frame right now, right? So sometimes we just need to like keep things quiet, keep doing our work, like keep our head down, kind of focused and everything. And once it's progressed a little bit more, once it has some momentum behind it, then you are going to be able to share it and offer that new knowledge or skill set or project out to everybody that it's relevant to, and that and I know you're excited about it. I can like feel it, right? This excitement for it, but just like a little like just a little reserved right now. Our page is like that first inkling, that first going out into the world energy, this beginning energy. So just take some time with it. It's like we're excited, but we're like, okay, we got to just be calm. We got to be peaceful with it. We got to take a breath. We got to be very mindful at this point in time. And there'll be a time and place in the future and soon, right? You can feed this fire and build it up very, very rapidly. But just in this immediate, in these first few days, weeks, whatever it is for this project or idea and stuff, just keep it quiet for now, and then it'll work and grow and get bigger and bigger, and then you can share it. Okay, so hopefully that resonates, hopefully that makes sense. It sounds like it is already, but it feels very exciting, right? So going back to our card here, our person, our page of swords, being on this cliff and seeing this like bright new world, everything that this idea can bring and generate. But we still need to climb the mountain at the end of the day, right? We have a bigger view. We have the view that we're a greater view than we had before, but we still have to climb to the top. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense for you, sky blessings. Very, very interesting what this project might be, or idea, whatever this exciting new thing is. So it feels very fun. I feel revitalized even talking about it. So thank you, Tarot of the Divine. Oh, I've got like 2 candles going in here and it's gotten like kind of hot. I turn my fan down really low. There we go. Hopefully it's not too loud on the microphone. You're welcome, sky blessings. I don't know. Where do I need to put this so it's out of the way? Probably like there. Let's see. Keep working on this thumbnail now. I'm making a new video, a new reading, or working on a new old reading structure. Updated reading for 2024. Goodbye. Glad you liked it. Nice people stay around and talk a little bit. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see, I need uploads. Upload a file. Is it in downloads? No, it's in phone link. Yeah, okay. Hello to whoever may be here. I see 3 people. 2 people, one of which is me, so. Let's see, uploads. I'm giving free readings and then working on a thumbnail while in between readings here. Let's see. I need pictures. Not sure. Where is this at here? Downloads. In phone link? Yeah, there we go. Okay, open this one up. There we go. Can we like center? Why is it doing this? Let's delete. Ah, nice. Okay, I like that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Well, if anybody else is here besides just me, hello. I'm currently working on a thumbnail for my next reading right now. I am doing free readings in between as people come into the chat and want one. We're doing free what do you need to know right now readings. If you have a specific reading you would like or a specific question answered, that's going to be down below in the chat, or past the chat box actually, down below in the description box. Links for my Ko-Fi and my Cash App. So the rules are down there below. We are doing readings with either the Alchemy deck from King Kranz or the Tarot of the Divine. And I'm trying to figure out what this is going to look like, my thumbnail. And if you don't want a reading and just want to talk, feel free to talk too. I don't mind hanging out and just talking. Hello, Opera. Hello, hello. How goes it tonight? Yeah, I can do a reading for you. So we're doing either the Alchemy deck. I'm doing good. A little bit tired, but since I started doing some channelings, channeled readings tonight, I've gotten some energy. Our other deck we're reading from is Tarot of the Divine. So a what you need to know reading from either of those two decks, your choice. But yeah, the eclipse energy has been very, very tiring today. Very, very tiring. But a little bit better now since we're got some spiritual energy we're channeling through. So and I'm currently working on a thumbnail for my next video. Just whatever one you feel more drawn to. I know for Tarot of the Divine, this one specifically, it has fairy tales and mythologies from all across the world that are attached to each of the 78 cards. The alchemy deck is more focused on change and transition, that idea of the alchemy process, right? In old school like mythology and stuff, alchemy is the concept of transferring like lead into gold, for example. But the process of alchemy is how one thing changes to the other. It's very transitionary energy. So good for this time of year right now with the changing of the seasons. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better idea what you might want to use. Yeah, spirituality is can be very broad at the end of the day, right? It's just all how the energy shows itself, how people understand it. I know there's divination tools across all different kinds of cultures, different ways people use it, different ways people understand it, and get guidance from universe, God, greater will, whatever you want to call it. So you want to tell me about it? You can tell me about it. Never dream. I don't claim to know any dream interpretation or anything, and I know a little bit of the different gods across different religions and mythologies and things. So Krishna. I feel like I've heard the name, but I don't think I have the knowledge behind who that is. I feel like I have heard that name before, though. Vishnu? Yes, I have heard that. See if it's the one Yep. That is the one I'm thinking of. Mm. Okay, cool. So they were in your dream? Are they doing anything specific, or they were just an overall presence? No, you said you had a dream. It's like 4 messages up, you said you had a dream. I'm pretty good in terms of spirituality and, like, fortune telling, I'd say, but I'm not that good. I'd say I'm psychic, but I'm not quite that crazy. That crazy good. Mhm. Mm. 4 dreams, okay. That sounds very transitionary to me, right? The process of yeah, um, the process of growing up from childhood to adulthood, right? So these different stages of life and the that movement through life, right? That feels that part feels important, right? That concept of change and growing and becoming something new. I like when dreams relate to each other too. I've only had a couple like pairs of dreams over the years where like one dream related to another, or I've had a dream where I'm like revisiting the same place I did in like a previous dream. Hmm, that's interesting. What do you feel like it means, Opera? Hi, Tara. I'm not doing any. I'm not. If you want a specific question answered, those links are down below for a donation for that. Otherwise, we're just doing what you need to know right now readings with either the Tarot of the Divine or the Alchemy deck from Kim Krantz. So, if you'd like a reading for what you need to know right now, then that's how we're doing it. Okay. But if you have a very specific question, then that's links for that are down below. Okay. Okay. So we have either the Tarot of the Divine for your first choice or the Alchemy deck from Kim Krantz. If Apra would like a reading, though, Apra is first in line. No recommendations from me, Tara. It's just whatever you feel drawn to. So, alchemy in this case focuses more on what's changing or transitioning, that concept of alchemy itself. And then the Tarot of the Divine has lots of associations with different mythologies and religions across all the different cultures. So, there might be something a little bit more specific there. So, Oh, I'm glad you got that support opera from that you believe in. That getting that support, I think, is very important, right? Through any point in our lives, um, it makes a big difference. So, okay, so Tarot of the Divine. Then it sounds like tarot. For Ritz, we're not doing any specific readings unless you, the donation links for that are down below. We're just doing what you need to know right now, readings for free, okay? Okay. Okay. For Tara in the chat, what does Tara need to know right now? What does Tara need to know right now? Whoa, a lot apparently. Okay, we need to. I'm seeing 8 of Swords. Let's reset on that though. Okay. Tara, what does Tara need to know right now? Okay. We got one to jump. Just one. Okay. This is the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So I'll read out of the guidebook for this one again, because there's specific mythology all these cards are tying to. So 10 of Wands. It is from Paraguay. So in case you wanted it, that is right there. If we're looking at the specific legend, the Timbo tree. It says 10 of Wands represents taking on too much and refusing to accept help when Sagura's, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, daughter went missing. He searched alone in vain. A Timbo tree grew from his ear when he died, bearing the fruits he labored for but was unable to enjoy. When we're talking about it specifically in the reverse, though, it's talking about avoidance, burnout, overcommitting, stretched thin, and giving up. So tying into the fact that we were asking about a love reading, it feels like we have a lot going on in our lives right now. There is a lot, I'm sure, that's taking place for you. I'll get to you in a second after I finish this reading, okay? But it feels like there's like a job and family and whatever projects and hobbies that you're doing and friendship groups, right? There's a lot going on, and whatever this other person is, this love interest potentially, if we're talking about that specifically. But the general consensus in the general reading is that idea of being stretched too thin. There's too much going on and too much happening at once. So you're trying to consolidate energy here, right? We're trying to get back and consolidate ourselves and figure out what's actually worth it right now, what actually makes sense, what is not going, what we need to let go of, right? So in the normal 10 of Wands, from the Rider-Waite imagery, we have this person that's like holding a big bundle of like these wands, these sticks, right? And like they feel like they can fall and go whichever way at any point in time. So we can hold a lot. We have a lot that we can hold all at once here. We're very strong. I feel like I can do a lot. I have a lot of capacity. I have a lot of ability to focus and do a lot of things at once, but there is something here that I do need to let go of. There's a couple things where it's like I can put down some of these sticks here. I can put down some of what I'm holding. There's too much going on all at once. So I need to, like, going back to our tree here in this case, it's like I need to trim up the tree, so to speak, right? It's like it's growing crazy. It's like all going every which way all at once. Hopefully this is resonating, hopefully making sense for you, Tara. But it feels like there is so much happening and I need to just like trim it all down. I need to get rid of what is growing crazy and out of control. Like I'm thinking almost like a rose bush, right? If you've ever had a rose bush in your yard, they just go like they grow and grow and grow and go crazy all the time. And it's like all of a sudden you have them like hanging off every which way. And it's like you just need to like trim it down, pull it back, consolidate that energy so that way you can focus it where you really want it to go. You can actually put the energy into the places that make the most sense, that are going to have the most payoff, that are going to fill your cup up in return, right? So it's like if it's like family and friends, right? They want to spend time with you, but and you also get a lot of energy back, right? If it is a significant other that they want to spend time with, but you're also getting that same level of energy and regard back in return, you have to figure out where your energy is going and how much you're getting back, how those channels of flow are moving back and forth, and making sure everything stays really, really balanced here, right? Because in the end, we want to avoid this burnout. We want to avoid just burning ourselves out completely and not having anything left in the long run for anybody. So figure out where your energy is being depleted, whether it's a relationship, a family member, a friendship, a job setting, wherever that kind of situation is taking place. Yeah, makes sense. There's also a lot of heavy energy right now in terms of the equinox and the equinox and the eclipse right now. So a lot of heavy energy going on. I know I've been feeling that myself as well. So we just really need to be mindful of ourselves, what we need, and doing a lot of self-care at this point too. Okay. So good advice there, good advice for myself as well to kind of pay attention to and feel into, because we just need to make sure that we don't overextend ourselves and don't lose ourselves in the process. Okay. So be very, very discerning and very, very mindful of how your energy is moving and with who and who's taking more than they're giving. Okay. So for opera, let's see. For opera, it feels like the You're welcome, Tara. Yeah, it's hard to get out of survival mode sometimes, right? And that's when almost more so we need to like really like be conservative with our energy. Calic. Rejuvenate existence by ending the darkest periods. That makes sense. I like the concept. There has been a lot of like concept and idea in my readings personally and with others for the idea of the underworld, right? This time of this different type of rejuvenation that happens with us kind of going back and deeper into ourselves, into the deep recesses of our own mind, maybe our ancestry, our history, and finding those things at the roots that maybe don't need to be there anymore. And it also feels like in terms of your dreams here, there is like this duality here again, right? The concept of the God who, the angry form of this being, and the more, how did you describe it? The one that's smiling, right? This kind of like duality of this being here. So let's see. Storing righteousness, right? And I think that makes sense too, right? They're going back with the idea of the underworld and pulling things up by the root, right? There is, oh, and going back with like the dreams that you've had of this God growing up through all different stages, right? Through growing up through life. It feels like to me in my interpretation with my intuition and stuff tying back into like ancestry and the things in your life that maybe you're realizing you don't work anymore. They worked maybe for your family, your history, your culture at a specific time in your life, right? I go through this with my own family, my own history, in my Native American culture, right? Old ways of life, the old ways we did things, our old structures and practices don't necessarily work the same way. They do it in the modern world, right? They can't work the same way. We don't have the same practices of how we get our food, how we interact with nature, the movement through space and time and how that progresses, I think, is my interpretation for maybe your dream in this case and how that feels and what situations, what practices through your ancestral line maybe need to get like a deeper look at, take a second look at, and progress and change potentially. And it's not to let go of some of these practices. In my culture, there are things that we still do and we still have those practices for, but they have to change a little bit now as time goes on, right? They have to fit the more modern world, this more modern context that we're living in. So there are different ways that we share this knowledge, right? Even just me in this case, right? There is this idea of shaman, medicine woman, medicine person, right? And sharing this spiritual knowledge. And that's not me with my tribe anymore and sitting in around the campfire and offering up the knowledge that way. It's offering it in this way, talking to a camera, talking with using different spiritual tools and everything. The practice, the core of it's still the same at the end of the day. Whatever this idea, this practice, this belief, maybe it's still the same at its core at the end of the day, but the way we use it in the modern era might be different. So I don't know. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of context, a little bit of insight, something a little different. Not, I don't know. That's just my interpretation of it for you. So hopefully that's helpful. Interesting conversation. Thank you for the interesting conversation, Afra. Take a breather. I've been talking a lot. I see. So, was that hard for you to stop celebrating? Or was it just like now with the dreaming, you're just like you are coming back around to thinking about it and revisiting that idea? Hi, Vanessa. We're not doing any specific readings. The free readings, if you would like one of those, are just what you need to know right now. We're doing it with either a tarot deck or an oracle deck. If you would like a specific question answered, though, the links for that are down below with the donation either through Cash App or through Ko-Fi, okay? Hi, Eating in Pakistan. I wasn't seeing your message earlier. I had to change. Oh, I need to remember to change my chat messages here. But same thing for you for Eating in Pakistan. We're not doing specific readings unless there's a donation below in the chat box, either through Ko-Fi or Cash App. But we can do readings for what you need to know right now, okay? And those are the free ones. I need to remember to keep that changed. Okay. So for Eating in Pakistan, since you asked first here, we can do either reading with the Alchemy deck or with the Tarot of the Divine here. So up to you on that one, and we'll ask what you need to know from either one of those decks, okay? Let's see. Okay, Opera, so it's something recent for you then. Okay. I guess we'll just continue with Tarot of the Divine then. Tarot of the Divine for Eating in Pakistan. What do they need to know right now? Oh, thank you. That fell down very fast. That is the Lovers in reverse. So, this is what the card looks like upright. Let me pull this up here. So, the Lovers, it is right there. So, the Beauty and the Beast is our mythos here, China Danish fairy tale. It's talks about the Lover's card representing romance, opposites attract, the duality and balance of carnality, physicality, and fire versus spirituality, emotions, and water. The pair emphasizes the importance of communication and heralds an important crossroads. When it comes in the reverse, it's talking about unreliability, separation, second guessing, values, and conflict. So while the Lover's card definitely does talk very heavily about, it can talk about actually like a relationship, it more so talks about choices and the choices that we make and how those can stay balanced here. Let's see, what do we feel? It feels like there's a battle between like the head and the heart right now, is what it feels like to me. That there is the logical and the choice that like quote unquote paper makes sense. And then there is the choice that brings joy and fulfillment, but seems a little bit crazy. Seems like it won't work maybe off the bat, or doesn't seem like there's no obvious way that it's makes sense. There is like it feels like these opposing forces, right? It feels like two magnets that like won't like stick together. The polarities like pushing against each other, and I can't make them fit, right? So in that case, something needs to change on either side. Something needs to change so one of these can flip and they can merge properly. Or we just need to flat out make a choice, right? So if it's something where you are very tied into both choices, both options here, then one of them needs to be changed up a little bit. It needs to be refined or turned a little bit. It needs to like turn like 80, 90 degrees or something in order for these things to actually be able to merge and for you to get the best of both worlds, right? So it's not like getting like 100% of both. It's like getting like one of them, turning it, like taking off like 20 to 30% of it, and then you can get them together and you get like 170%. So it's still way more. You don't have to like necessarily choose one or the other, but something does need to change a bit in order for this to happen, right? And hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this is resonating for you eating in Pakistan. What else am I getting here? Neither feel wrong to me. Neither decision feels wrong. It's not a obvious like this is the better one or this one makes more sense. It's not a one or the other in this case. It's just they're two very, very different options at the end of the day. They're just two very different things. I can't like, it doesn't quite make sense to choose both, which is why something needs to like dial or change. It feels like the picture, like I need to like, or like a radio, like tune in this dial to a different station, and then the music matches up. So it feels like I need to take a deep look at everything, right? It's like almost like I need to make like a pros and cons list. I need to like list everything out and figure out what is actually the goal. Like what's your goal here in this case? What is the choice you're trying to make a choice here, but what is the purpose behind everything, right? What's the thing you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day? Because you're seeing these two different paths, right, in order to accomplish that thing. So what feels the most right, what feels the best, and what makes the most sense? And it's like, okay, I can accomplish both if I just change my perspective here. So, and we can only change our perspective by like getting an outside look on things, by pulling back a little bit, looking at it from more like a third person perspective, maybe getting some insight from somebody else that's helpful. Again, we have these two beings in this card, right? We have two dualities, the either side of the duality, two energies. So it could be getting that secondary opinion, getting somebody else in to kind of give you that other perspective as well. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that resonates. Interesting reading. Started having connection with Krishna this year. Opera, if you're still here, I mean, deity work at the end of the day is something that kind of finds you, right? It's something that you get called back into. If it's something that you maybe pulled away from, it's some energy that maybe you need in your life right now, whatever that may look like, whatever is happening or taking place. So keep track of your dreams if you can, write them down, and see what commonalities might be there. There might be more to it that you will be able to figure out as you're writing them down. Something that's helpful for me sometimes is even just like grabbing my phone or like and like talking about the dream really fast, like in a voice recorder app. So that way I can remember it later. And as I'm talking about it and interacting with the dream as I'm getting out of this dream state and waking up for the day, I can remember more of it and better. And then it kind of comes back, and then my brain is like sorting through it, kind of in the back of my subconscious. It sorts through it a little bit better. So that would be my advice for that as well. We can ask. You're more than welcome. We can ask. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. In Pakistan, if you want another question answered or something specific, then the links for that are in the box down below for a donation through Ko-Fi or through Cash App, okay? Okay, since Opera has not had a reading tonight, what does Opera need to know? What does Opera need to know? Oh, too many things. Oh, there we go. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So, this specific mythology it's Ace of Coins, Swords, Wands. It is a Japanese myth, Matsusake. So right there. So it says the Ace of Cups marks a new beginning, a reason to drink and be merry, and to open up the subconscious feelings. Sake is a drink of the gods, bringing people closer to the spirit world. So even just by asking what you need to know, we get an answer for everything else. So there feels like an energy of connection and reaching out here, right? Asking for you to connect to this energy on a deeper level, understanding what's going on subconsciously, getting, again, me talking about your dreams and us earlier talking about like writing them down potentially so you can have a little bit more that's like you can have a better understanding of what's happening with your subconscious and what's taking place in these dreams, by bringing this to the forefront, by bringing this energy forward and bringing it into the consciousness, and you'll have a better understanding of it. And I think it's very interesting. It feels like something like being handed to you, right? Like it's being like offered out to you. So this connection to um, this God and this energy, it's like an offering and like a like invitation. So however you decide to interact with that energy is going to be up to you in the long run, and how that will progress and interacting with that energy. I don't know much about your religion in this case, in this culture, so I can't speak to it that much, but that's just the interpretation and the feelings I'm getting for it. So definitely feels like an offering and a opportunity to connect at a deeper level, and getting a better idea, better, deeper understanding of what's happening in your subconscious and happening subconsciously with yourself. Okay. So hopefully, I think that I don't have to ask. I feel like that makes sense for you, Opera. So been asking for others. I'm like, does that resonate? Does that make sense? Yeah, based on everything you were telling me earlier, it makes sense. So, and I think it just confirms everything. So thank you, Tarot of the Divine, for what we need to know for Opera. Jeez, how many readings have I done so far? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I've done 7 tonight. You're welcome. No, I'm still doing okay. I'm not too tired. For me, it is. I don't know if it is where you are. It's not too late. It's 10:20 here, so not too bad. And don't worry, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have the capacity to. So, what time is it where you're at? Let's see, an hour. I've been going for an hour and a half. I think I'll cut it at 2 no matter what, but we'll just see how it progresses. Need to take a shower tonight still. I definitely feel more energized than I did before, actually. Either the channeling did that or the moon's giving me a break. So, I'll make sure I'll get some good sleep tonight for sure. I tend to stay up late anyway, so it's not that big of a deal for me. I got some work to do tomorrow, and then I'm going to go hang out with some friends. So I'll get to sleep in. It'll be nice. My desk is so messy right now. There's just so much stuff everywhere. Okay. Let's keep working on this thumbnail now. Thank you, Opera. You have a good day, okay? Sounds like you're beginning your day while I'm ending my day. So I hope you have a wonderful day, okay? Thanks for hanging around, and thanks for a good conversation. I learned some new stuff tonight, so. Let's see. Autumn harvest. Pick, not prick, pick. Pick a group. I'm just thanking you for your company, so I appreciate the company. Thank you. But you're welcome as well. You're welcome. Again, I hope you have a good day today, okay? Mm. Thank you. Bye. Let's make this. This has been good. I need to remember for next time, or myself, me talking to my future self, or whoever's here, and maybe will remind me if you come back for another live stream to change the live chat from top messages to live chat, because then I'm not missing any of the videos, any of the messages. Okay, back to just me, it looks like. Call it's here soon. I don't know yet. Elements. Fallen leaves. Graphics. I like the pile of them. Can I find pile of leaves? There we go. No, that's paper. That's not leaves. Let's see here. What's this one look like? Can I make a pile of leaves? Hello to whoever might be here. I'm currently working on a thumbnail in between giving people readings. I'm trying to find a good graphic for my... Oh, let's see here. How does this one look? Make this like an orangey color, maybe? Orange. Okay, I don't mind that. I do want the pile of leaves, though. Fallen leaves. Fall leaves graphics. Hello to whoever might be here. We are doing free readings tonight. If you have a specific question, then the links for that are down below with a donation through either Cash App or Ko-Fi. But otherwise, we're doing what we need to know right now questions or readings. That is the question. What you need to know right now. And we're doing that with either an Oracle deck or a Tarot deck. So up to you on that. Let's see. Bye-bye. That's cool. Little mushrooms. I like the thought of mushrooms. What is that? What is that? It's Maya. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I'm currently working on a thumbnail while people have been coming in and out throughout the reading. Getting readings. There we go. We are doing free what you need to know right now readings tonight. If you have a specific question you'd like answered, then the links for that are down below for a donation. Yeah, of course you can have one. So your choices are either the Alchemy deck from Kim Krans or the Tarot of the Divine. So up to you which deck you want. And then we will go from there for what you need to know right now, okay? The first one, okay. That was the Alchemy deck. So alchemy specifically focuses on transformation or things changing from one thing to another. So this is a really cool deck. I haven't gotten every card yet from this deck. It's one of the newer ones from Kim Krans. So, okay. Maya. What does Samaya and my chat need to know right now? What do they need to know right now? Whoa. Okay. Those stayed down. This one popped up. It's too many cards. Okay, keep that in mind. Thank you. Okay. One card, please. One card, please. It got like sticky. There we go. Thank you. Okay. We have the yellowing. So I actually got this card once in my own yearly reading. So okay, so this is XIV. In this deck, they call this one of the 4 colors. So this is our description here. So it talks about aging, transitioning, warning. So indicating transition, the yellowing leads us into the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the ochre blanket of leaves in fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow can be the marker of long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun and the cheer of the forsythia in February. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. It leads us forward. Like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what is to come, take heed. The transition is here whether by yoke or bile. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. To go deeper, it says to look at Terry O'Neill's photographs of David Bowie in 1974 and to ponder transition as a teacher. So what it feels like for intuition-wise for me, for this reading specifically, it's the feeling of something aging. The concept of yellowing, very different, right? The way yellowing took place in my reading feels different than the way this is progressing in this situation. It feels like there's something old that is being brought back around. Whether that's like old knowledge or somebody that is representative of that, like a grandparent or somebody that has like this like wisdom here. There's a feeling of like I'm really seeing the mine too. Good lordy. But what it feels like is the like accumulation, the like alchemizing all this knowledge, right? The taking on everything that we've learned, everything like that's presented to us, right? So we have like I'm seeing like all this like this old book, right? And it talks about that in the description that we just read. But like this old book of knowledge and just being able to like finally like take it all in, right? We actually have the ability and the concepts, the we've like leveled up enough to actually like understand this like really old situation that's happened, that's been present in our lives for a long time, and finally being able to like close that book almost, right? It's an old book, one that we've kept around for a really really long time, but we finally have the skill set and the knowledge to be able to understand that, understand what's in this book, and finally be able to close and put it away, right? If we're talking about the lunar eclipse and changing and quitting old patterns, right? There is a realization of sorts that's happening here, right? That's something where it's like, oh, I finally get that. Something that happens to you a decade ago, 2 decades ago, however old you are, whatever time frame it is. I'm in my 30s, right? So even something for me that happened back when I was like 9 or 10 even is something now that I can come back around to with understanding a and more knowledge, right? There was something I was missing, right? There was something in this situation that you didn't know that was happening, that you didn't know had been the case all along, right? And now finally we've had enough outside perspective, enough outside knowledge, we've learned enough things, right? We put in our time, we put in a lot of healing, a lot of effort, right? It talks about the bruise healing in this case, right? So we put in a lot of work and a lot of healing in order to be able to finally understand what's taken place, and we can finally put that chapter, that book, that whole situation to rest now, right? Definitely fits in with that eclipse energy for sure, right? Being able to like quit old patterns, these things that we've been repeating, these cycles that have been happening over and over and over again, right? So we think about the snake too, in this case, that's on this card, and the snake biting its own tail, right? And the circular cyclical nature of ourselves, our lives, these habits, these patterns that we've had. And finally, now we have the opportunity to break this cycle, right? We finally can cut it off. We can like be done. It's like, done. This is done. Cut it, gone. Move that away, get that out of the way, and we can finally progress our situation and have the space now, finally, right? So as that bruise heals, this space opens up, right? We have a fresh, healthy situation to come into, and a new way to progress and move forward, because we finally were able to accumulate and assimilate. That's the word I want. We were finally able to assimilate that old knowledge, that old information that's been present for a really, really long time. And we can finally be like, okay, I understand now. Close that book. I finally understand it. And now this can go on the shelf and we can open a new book and start something else. Okay. So hopefully that resonates. Hopefully that makes sense. It's very interesting interpreting a card that I've had in my own readings before and seeing how it progresses and feels for somebody else that I don't know at all, that's completely new. The way the let's see, discard that. The way that energy interacts. Sorry, my phone was distracting me for a sec. So it's just, yeah, it's interesting. I'm like, the feelings and the impressions I get are completely different, for somebody else here versus how it is for myself. Okay, good. I'm glad that resonated. The feeling is different. I like that for doing tarot, doing readings for people and stuff. So it's a card I've gotten for myself, and it reads completely differently through my intuition for somebody else. So that's fun. Good card. I like that card. It's cool to see. There's so many cards in this deck, and I've yet to get all of them, but it's nice to, when it's a card that I have received before, it's a little bit easier to read. Thank you, Alchemy. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, the eclipse has been kicking my butt today too, for sure. I've been way more tired. Oh, I don't know. Way more tired than normal. think I'll call it here pretty quick, actually. We do need to get this thumbnail finished up. And we've done like 9 ratings tonight, 8, 9 ratings. So, okay. I think I will call it good. Call it a night. Thank you to everybody who joins this live. I don't think anybody is here now, but I'm finishing up for the night here for anybody who may still be here. So thank you for anybody who joined the live. Check out my Ko-Fi. Feel free to donate if you want. I'm going to have personal ratings open there very, very soon, hopefully sometime this week. And look forward to some of the readings I have coming up. So my Autumn Harvest readings should be out on the 21st. And then what's the reading after that? After that, I think I'm talking about money magic after that. Yes. Yep, money magic on the 25th. And then we are doing the zodiac readings starting on the 28th. So for October. So thank you to everybody who joined tonight. I'm glad everything resonated. I'm glad for everybody who hung around today. And that's all. I'll see everybody in the next video, in the next live stream. Have a great day wherever you are in space and time. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.